This is Jack Rice on the campaign trail in the Hillary for President campaign headquarters in Minneapolis. Now, the reason I'm bringing you here is very simply, I want you to realize is that sometimes when we follow politics, we assume that it's very sexy. We assume that everything's very high gloss and everything's very, very impressive. But in fact, it isn't. Sometimes this is what you get. If you notice, we're in essentially a warehouse space. It has concrete floors, it has rafters, and that's about it. Nothing terribly impressive, but what you have here on a Friday night is a whole bunch of volunteers who are trying to convince the rest of Minnesota that Hillary Clinton should be the next president of the United States. Now, I do have to turn because I want you to see one thing as an example. We were speaking earlier with the communications director of this, Jonathan Beaton, and what you're seeing right here in front of me is a very impressive desk. This is his desk. See, the reason I'm focusing upon this is that sometimes people assume in politics everything is very high-end and that you have a whole bunch of money and you just do this for the glamour. By the way, take a look. This is the glamour that comes with being the communications director for the Hillary Clinton campaign here in Minnesota.
My mom here.
Yeah, well, let's see. Okay, now I'm turning to you now. Let's see. What would Mom say about this? Be honest.
Yeah, she would be very embarrassed. So I'm really hoping this doesn't make the air.
Explain this to me, seriously now. Explain to me why it is that you do this 16 hours a day. You're working anywhere 12, 15, 16 hours a day.
Right.
You're not making a fortune, are you?
No, not at all. But I do it because I believe in the country, and I believe that there's, this is how I can pay back to the country. And I mean, really, that's why I come out and do it. And Hillary Clinton, to me, is the best candidate that can take this country in a new direction. And that's why I'm out here 16 hours a day, and in the -4 or 13 degrees as it was yesterday morning temperatures when I come into work. So
okay, now you're a Michigan boy.
I'm a Michigan boy, but the Great Lakes apparently moderate the temperatures in the Midwest more than I thought. So
all of a sudden you actually appreciate the weather.
I really appreciate Minnesotans' weather. Yes.
No, nicely put. Okay, now as we turn, explain some of this. Walk with me on this one.
Yes.
Now explain what I'm looking at here. Who are all these people calling?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
We have volunteers here.
Can we count on your support at the Minneapolis?
That automatically dials people up, and they are asking them whether or not they're going to the caucuses and who they are supporting. And after they talk to them, they vote on film. And that tells us essentially how many supporters we have.
Hello.
Hello,
my name is Steve, and I'm calling from Hillary Clinton's campaign here in Minnesota. And we're calling this.
We give them a phone number to go ahead and find out where they can find out where to vote.
Yeah, and we're calling.
So in other words, they could call the Secretary of State's office here in Minnesota?
Or we can direct them to the DFL caucuses.org site, which is the Democratic Farmer Labor Party site that tells you exactly where your caucus precinct location is. So, and then if people are undecided, we have, volunteers who are giving up their Friday night to explain to them why they like Hillary Clinton. When people hear from somebody who is passionate about the candidate, sometimes you switch them over to Hillary right away, and other times that just kind of is another factor in whether or not they turn out to vote and whether or not they're going to support Hillary Clinton.
Now I have to ask, I noticed, if we pan over here, I noticed that somebody's actually putting together signs, Hillary signs. How many of these things actually get put together, say, in the state of Minnesota? What would you expect?
Well, each of those boxes
Can I get a website or a phone number?
Talking about it.
So you're actually the right place? Okay, do you want the website or the phone number?
So if you have any questions about our campaign,
Okay.
Well, you have a few thousand. You have a few thousand.
DFL caucuses 018CES.
And of course, we're not even counting the
You're not
hundreds
even
of more
counting
that are sitting here.
those and the ones that are out already. People come in every single day and ask for signs, and we've got field offices that have signs in them and stuff like that. So
I think back to some other times in other places I've been around the country, and you've seen this many times in
Right.
other races. People always wonder, whatever happens to all these signs at the end? Come on, you remember when they'll pull to a corner in every major city where these happen, whether it was Des Moines when I was down there, whether it was in Manchester, whether it was in Michigan, or
Right.
or in Nevada, or just about any place else. What happens to all this stuff?
Well, I mean, a lot of communities have laws, and states or regions have laws that they have to be off the street a certain number of days after the election.
Okay, wait a second.
So
You get the volunteers to put them up. How hard is it to get them to take them down?
it's sometimes a little bit hard, but you know, given how cold it is here, a lot of the signs are ending up in front yards. So I think that they'll pull them down and then put them back out come summer, you know, and it gets closer to the general election when Hillary Clinton's running against whoever the Republican nominee is.
Optimism, I see.
Absolutely.
This is Jack Rice on the campaign trail at the Hillary for President campaign in Minneapolis.